today, Wei Wei?
Oh.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. July 3rd.
July 3rd. Happy Independence Day, America.
Pre-independence.
Pre-Independence Day. We are in Casper, Wyoming. Surprise, surprise.
For the last month.
For the last month. No, yeah, pretty much.
Basically.
Yeah, basically. It's a nice place. Video coming up. We are going to some kind of canyons.
We're gonna check out some canyons.
We're gonna check out some canyons. This is the last hurrah for Wei Wei and me. Pathfinder Reservoir is one of 3 reservoirs that are located right outside of Casper, about 30 minutes away, in a little town called Alcova. So it's in Wyoming. It is a pretty big reservoir, this one, and there is a lot to see. The drive out there is pretty spectacular, I will not lie. I feel like a lot of the driving in Wyoming is pretty spectacular. So if you want to drive Wyoming. It's beautiful. The lake the reservoir is pretty huge. The elevation is actually 5,800 feet, which is kind of surprising. It's so hot here and deserty that you don't realize that you are at such high elevations. But the shore length is 117 miles, and the depth at the deepest is 192 feet, which is pretty wow. 200 feet, like wow. Think about buildings, just wow. The river that feeds it is the North Platte River, which is very famous for its fly fishing. If you like fly fishing, we just did a video on the Fly Reef Shop, which is about 8 minutes down the road from this place, and definitely worth it to go stay there. They have cabins, they have a campsite, they also have a lodge, and they have guided tour trips, whatever. I mean, pretty super well organized. I'm going to link that video somewhere around here. They threw a lot of numbers at me when I was there because I asked a lot of questions, but one of the main numbers I remember, and I'm not quite sure what it means, was something about 2,500. From what they explained, it sounded more like it was like, like the PSIs of river, so the volume or the flow or something of the sort. And apparently it stays about there, and when it starts slowing down or lower, yeah, this is where I get confused, they release some water from the dam and everything gets plentiful again. But we did do a little trip on the river, and it was just spectacular, beautiful, peaceful, windy. Always bring a jacket. It was freaking 97 degrees, but we were freezing. There is, at the Pathfinder Reservoir, basically wherever your car can go, you can go. So anywhere along the shores, if your car and camper can make it, then you are allowed to park and camp there, which is pretty great. We saw some campers that were like literally they came out their door in 2 steps and they were in the water. So pretty nice. Just be careful of where you park. I would definitely park on one of the rocky areas versus the quicksandy sites. Although there are people at both. Generators are allowed because these are pretty much dry campsites. There is a very nice dump station and there's bathrooms, but the typical state park yucky bathrooms, which actually were not yucky. They were clean, but they're not proper bathrooms. Some of the campsites have like a covered patio with a picnic table, and I do believe you have to pay for those. I do believe that if you just go for the day, no matter where you park, there's not like a fee or anything. And we went on the 4th of July weekend. We found a really quiet spot where it didn't seem like there was a lot of people. There was a camper on either side of us, and we parked our truck right next to the water and just set up right there, and it was quite the lovely afternoon. And there is a marina where you can put your boat in, and there's ample parking there, but again, 4th of July, it was pretty full. There's also a small shop, but we did not visit it. Dogs are allowed on leash. Peanut loved the water, surprise, surprise. We also saw a lot of people do water sports. So boating, jet skiing, kayaking, paddleboarding, snorkeling. I mean, the water was pretty cold, and this was still July, so I'm going to say maybe not a lot of snorkeling, but I did see a kid go in there. All in all, it was a really beautiful day. It was a gorgeous location. It felt very low key, so very low maintenance, very few rules, very few people breaking any of the rules. Just nice, quiet family. But yeah, if you're in Alcova or in Casper and you want a couple days, I definitely recommend going to Fly Reef Shop and do some fishing there, and then take your car and your family down the road to Pathfinder Reservoir and watch the fireworks on the 4th of July, which was pretty wow. I don't normally like fireworks because of what it does to dogs, but this was pretty wow. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little tiny tour, and hope we see you again here someday soon.